Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
In a world where everyone says hello,
they dare to say,
g'day.
Yeah, g'day.
Yeah, g'day!
Yeah, g'day. Yes. Good day. Yeah.
G'day.
G'day. Yeah. G'day. Yeah. Yeah. Good day.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, g'day!
G'day. Hey. Yeah. G'day. Yeah, g'day, Tim.
Yeah, g'day, Leon.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
Welcome to Yeah, G'day, the complete guide to Australia and its surrounds.
Yeah, not too far.
No.
Just like the legal boundaries of its surrounds, which is technically still Australia.
Yeah. How much of the plate do we get to claim? Like, how much of the tectonic plate? Is
There's
that all
like-
of ours?
There's a certain many kilometres that we go out from the shoreline,
Yeah.
which is standard across all countries. I don't know how much it is. Don't ask me.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Surely we can use that to our advantage.
maybe.
I'm going to go live out there.
Yep.
Tim, it's been a tumultuous week in Australia.
Yep. Has it? I've not been paying a great deal of attention.
Well, I went back to work, so it seemed tumultuous. The world has stopped
Sure.
to make a decision that could
Yep.
change the course of history.
It could.
It's
I
more
mean, everything has
important-
potential to change history, so
It does.
technically, yes.
Technically, it has changed history.
Yeah.
It's more important than any election.
Yep,
It's more important than any kind of political bill to be passed.
that's for sure.
Australia had to vote on who was going to represent us in Eurovision.
Yes, it was a big one.
2019's in Tel Aviv,
Yep.
which should be a rick-rollicking riot as always.
Oh, no doubt about it.
But we had some tough choices because in the list of people going for the spot on Eurovision, we had Tanya Doka, which special place in our heart, obviously.
We've had Tanya on the show before, yeah.
Tanya, how's it going? Bachelor Girl was great. Ella Hooper was on, which is Killing Heidi,
Yeah, sure.
another excellent band.
Well done to her.
Mark Vincent was there, who won one of the talent shows many years ago because he was like a teen boy who could sing opera, which is always a novelty.
If I met Mark Vincent and then you asked me who Mark Vincent was, I'd say, I don't know.
I could read Mark Vincent's book.
I would not have any idea who that is.
There were probably 5 to 10 other people that I've never seen before in my life. But out of all of those people, the one to come out on top,
Oh, the winner, if you will.
and
And I
well
will.
earned at that,
Yeah, not bad.
well, I haven't watched the other videos, was Kate Miller-Heidke.
That's exactly how you pronounce it. Well done.
That's how we're going to go for it.
Yes, that's how Rove pronounced it in a video I watched from 10 years ago.
And if we know anything about Rove, he's
He
good at
knew how to
pronouncing
pronounce names. Yeah,
10 years
yeah.
ago, that's how she said it. Now she says it differently.
Yeah.
So Kate Miller-Heidke, whom I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Whom?
Whom?
That was right.
Sort
Who?
of. I guess.
Whence?
Oh, let's not. From
Whence I know nothing about.
when? How to? I don't know.
Wherefore art thou, Kate Miller-Heidke? But I do know a lot about her Eurovision performance. So tell me about her life, and then we'll talk about what we've just watched.
I'll give you some real facts. I'm not going to tell you about this poor woman's life.
Poor woman's life?
Like,
Did she had a bad life?
I'm not just going to No. It's fine life.
Oh, right, that's
it's
fine.
a fine life. I just
Yeah.
want to give you every detail of this.
Tell me where she lives.
Woman's life.
Give me her address.
She was born 16th of November 1981. So she's like 9 years older than me.
Yeah, so she's
9 years and 2 months or something.
36 or something. 37?
Yeah, 37 exactly.
Yeah.
But she looks not a day over 21. Maybe
No.
Is that what?
I don't know.
Is that
I don't know
what you're supposed to say?
what a 21-year-old looks like. I look like a day over 40 and I'm fucking 26.
She is pretty hot, actually. Not
Alright.
that
Chill
that's
out.
relevant. She's an Australian singer-songwriter
Yes, that's
and an actress, apparently. Although,
Oh.
if you ask me what she was in, once again, I would not be able to tell you until I get to that section of this little
Okay.
discussion.
Well, I'll cut it
Yep.
there and we'll jump to that section.
So she was classically trained, but she obviously has been in pop music for quite some time now.
Yes.
She's signed to Sony in Australia,
Good signing.
Epic in the US, and RCA in the UK. And if there's anything I know, it's not what RCA is.
I think RCA isn't that the company that fixes cars?
Yeah, I think so, actually. But actually now she's an independent artist, so I don't think she's with any of those anymore.
Gosh, how do you do that? Like, surely that's hard to be an independent artist
Yeah.
making music.
But I mean, if you become an independent artist after you've already
I guess.
gotten your name quite big, I can't imagine it's the same as being an independent artist at the beginning of your career.
I guess.
Anyway, so she graduated. She's from Brisbane originally.
Oh.
She graduated from St Aidan's Anglican College. St Aidan's Anglican Girls' School in 1998.
I started school that year.
Yeah, no. So she was graduating then. She had attended Brigidine College in Indooroopilly, which I believe is
Indooroopilly.
Queensland somewhere. She did a Bachelor of Music degree in Classical Voice at the Queensland Conservatorium of Music.
Okay.
On full scholarship.
Oh, watch out.
So she was pretty good already. Followed by a Master of Music degree at Queensland University of Technology.
Okay.
As a classical singer before she went pop, she won many awards, including Elizabeth Moore Prize in 2000, the Donald Penman Prize in 2001, the Linda Edith Allen Memorial Prize 2002, and the Horace Keats Prize in 2002. So she actually got the Edel, you know, like EGOT. I was going for a joke
I see.
about classical music.
I thought you had some kind of aneurysm.
Well, yeah, maybe.
So she has
She won a
the
lot of awards
of the classical music
Yeah, the good awards.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, so at the Conservatorium, she performed in some operas, Orpheus in the Underworld, Venus and Adonis, The Pilgrim's Progress.
All of my favourite operas.
She's understudied in some productions, including Sweeney Todd, Don Pascal. The other ones I don't know. They're in another, I believe, Italian.
I know one
can't
of
read
those
Italian.
musicals.
Yeah, I know Sweeney Todd. That's
Yep,
it.
that's the one I'm on. Was she in Phantom of the Opera? That's
No,
an
she
opera,
was
isn't
not, but she'd probably be a pretty good Christine.
it? Yeah.
So that's good. 2000, she started like pursuing a career. She put together an EP. She was part of a few bands early in her times. She was part of a band called Elsewhere, formed in 2000. They broke up in 2003.
That's a shame.
Too bad for them.
Yeah, elsewhere.
It's a shame they could make.
Where
it
are
work.
they now? They're elsewhere.
Elsewhere, yeah. She recorded and distributed her first EP, Telegram, a collection of songs, as an EP usually is.
Yes, that's a good start.
She'd written all of them, except for two, which were written by her collaborator and now husband, Keir Nuttall.
Is
I'm
that
definitely not pronouncing it right.
is that definitely the pronunciation? How do you spell the first name?
Keir,
Yeah, that's probably Care or Key.
and the last name is Nuttall.
It's probably Nuttall,
Nuttall?
maybe.
Possibly.
All right, Key.
Yeah.
Kai?
They only ever made. This is. And then she released a second EP. So the first one was in 2004. 2005, she released a second EP.
Yep.
Called Kamikaze. But they only ever made 500 copies.
Oh.
So if you can get a copy of that,
Hell yeah.
I imagine it's probably
Worth something.
worth
Especially now that she's
an amount
Eurovision.
of money. Yeah.
I want that now because I can't have it. Can someone get it for me? I want Kamikaze.
Yeah. So that's
Give
good.
it to me.
She's toured throughout Australia. She's played festivals in Woodford Folk Festival and all these sorts of things. She's been on Q&A. She's been on the Sideshow. Remember that Sideshow? It was
that Paul
on the
McDermott?
ABC with Paul McDermott for
Yeah,
a bit. She's been on Rove, of course, as we know, because I looked her up on that video of Rove to figure out how to pronounce her name correctly.
Probably definitely been on Speaks and Specs as well.
Good News Week. Her stuff's been played all over Triple J. I'm not going to go through all of her albums and stuff, but she's done quite well for herself, is what we'll say.
I'm interested in listening to them.
Yeah. So her style is, because she's classically trained, it's called alternate pop, is what they refer to it as.
Right.
And
Because she has technique, unlike other pop
yeah,
singers.
I feel like I've heard other stuff of her music. I can't
I can't
bring
remember.
anything to mind particularly, but let's talk about this performance she did at
Okay.
Eurovision.
Zero Gravity is her song.
It's Zero Gravity. Let's say it's very Eurovision.
This is the reason that I'm so happy she got through.
Yeah.
Because we talked about in our Eurovision episode
Yeah.
about how, or if we didn't talk about that, I talk about it all the time, is that how Eurovision now has become very poppy.
Very poppy. And our entries for for the last 3 or 4 years have all been very poppy.
And the winners have been until like last year, have also been poppy. And it just, to me, is not Eurovision, because Eurovision is about these big over-the-top performances where you sit there and you're like, what the fuck did I watch? But also that was the best thing I've ever watched in my life. And that's what Kate Miller-Heidke has delivered.
Yes. It is big and it is operatic, sort of, but also very odd, and it's interesting.
Just her costume alone. She is in... I assume that skirt that she was standing in was probably 10 to 15 feet.
I don't know feet, but it was at least 5 meters off the ground. She's standing quite high off the ground.
Yeah, let's say she was like 5 meters off the ground or something like that. But that was it stopped at 5 meters, and then there's the extra however tall Kate Miller-Heidke is.
It's made to look like part of her dress, so she looks like she's like standing up really high.
It's like those dolls that your nana has that go over the toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I think that's the exact thing she was going for.
But like 5 meters tall.
Yeah.
So she's heaps high off the ground. She's wearing this sick, a white and silver dress. She has diamantes all over her arms and stuff.
It's very Frozen-esque, actually.
Yeah.
And then she has that crazy headpiece. Yeah.
It's like this cool crown with different... It's almost like Statue of Liberty, but better kind of thing. What I want to talk... Kate Miller-Heidke is obviously the focal point. However, behind her, there is a person performing the circus art of thrashing.
Yes.
Which is
he does thrash. I will give you that.
They're on a very bendy pole, and they just whip back and forth. And at one point, there's an amazing point in the video where they tap Kate Miller-Heidke on the arm, and she acts as if she didn't fucking realize it. She was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
But when I was watching that, all I could think was, he's going to impale himself on that crown.
Yeah,
because he comes very close to it. Yeah,
but it's that. It was a little bit distracting, but the performance did need that movement because Kate Miller-Heidke was standing still.
Yeah.
And her top half kind of moved. But it is disconcerting to see her top half moving and no bottom half moving. Yeah. But if she moved too much, obviously, she would fall to her death.
Yeah. I know you think it's weird, but I actually think they probably need to make that dude in the background, the bendy stuff, bigger.
I still maintain it was a lady.
I think it's a dude.
I think it was
maybe it was a lady. I think
it was the lady that was on the screen in the back as well.
Possibly,
because at one point they started flashing someone else on the screen in the back that was singing the harmonies with Kate.
Yeah.
I think what we need. So this is the thing: is that obviously, Kate, thank you for listening to the show.
Yeah, it's great to have you not on but listening.
Yeah. Obviously, we are pretty good at staging Eurovision Song Contest entries.
Absolutely.
We've done it for many years. We're known as the Siegfried and Roy of the Eurovision world, Tim and I.
Yeah. We will get eaten by our own tiger at some point.
Ooh, political. He didn't get killed, did he?
No, they definitely got mauled, though.
Yeah. Here's what we need. Keep the dress.
Yep.
Keep the damn dress.
Yeah, keep that dress.
But keep the dress for 2.5 minutes of the performance. Because what we need is a RuPaul's Drag Race style reveal. Now, here are the options. You suddenly drop from that height, the whole dress comes down, and then you appear in the rafters somewhere, a la Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl disappearing from the top to the bottom.
Yep.
You will need a stunt double to perform the whole dress part for 2.5 minutes.
Yes.
and then you appear in the rafters. Other options. The dress is ripped off with Velcro. Underneath it are a multitude of people holding you up, and then they move forward in unison and you walk like some kind of transformer.
Yeah, made of humans.
Made of human legs. Or, even better, you don't actually need to move, but the dress catches light and it's like sparklers.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool. All right, we've talked about the dress. I think you've got some good ideas for the dress.
Yes.
I think with the back piece, with this old man or woman, whatever it is, the thrasher, either that's got to get bigger and we've got to have a lot of light on that person. They need to be huge.
Focal point.
Or we get another one and we bring them out to the front and we have them moving towards her, beside her.
Yeah.
Or maybe we have 3. We have one everywhere.
I was going to go for a 3.
We can work with 3. My other idea is get rid of the 2 on the side and get 2 dogs on each side that just backflip for the entire performance.
Hell yeah. Up on 5-foot platforms.
Just backflipping dogs. Everyone's going, I don't know what this is relevant to the performance, but I mean, they're backflipping, so that's zero gravity.
Yep.
Because she needs something else going on the sides. That's my thing.
Or the whole performance is exactly as it was. However, as it goes on, the stage starts shifting around and it's a rotating stage. And by the end of the performance, she's upside down singing and the person's thrashing upside down. Because then it's zero gravity.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd watch the hell out of that.
Logistically, that seems like a little bit more work than backflipping dogs. But
it's
I can see
Eurovision.
what you're trying to say.
We've got endless... Australian federal budgets have a huge chunk taken out just for our Eurovision performance.
It's true.
Because we're the bloody only country that's not in the EU that's in it or whatever it is.
People don't eat for weeks at a time.
I haven't eaten in months.
Yeah.
Or the dress gets ripped off from around it, and underneath the dress are the extra 2 thrashers,
Yeah.
and they come out of their thrashing. Or Kate Miller-Heidke's a thrasher.
Yeah, it turns out she's been a thrasher all along.
She was a thrasher.
That's the
whole
twist at
time.
the end.
Like, and because then she could sing the whole piece on that. And so the actual song itself is, it uses her classical singing talents.
Yeah.
The zero gravity part is a nice staccato.
Yeah. It shows off Australian thrashing methods, which we need to get out there into the world.
Oh,
We
yeah.
need to show we're pretty good thrashers over
People
here.
don't know about our thrashing.
We do thrash well.
It did seem pretty cool though. Like watching the person, they were on that super bendy pole.
Yeah.
But they were like just shifting their foot from the front to the back of like the standing platform, and that shift in weight seemed to move it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the song itself is very good. It has a very got the classical thing to it. She shreds at one point and like hits the high notes that make all the backflipping dogs squeal.
Yeah.
It's catchy enough. It's still in my head.
I can still hear her singing it in my mind. Yeah.
So it's still there. So
I'm probably going to go insane from it, to be honest.
she smashed it out.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying. And I'm so happy that Australia has finally put together a Eurovision performance that is worthy of Eurovision.
That is actually Eurovision-esque, yeah. Yeah.
Because-
Guy Sebastian sang the shit out of his song. He was very good. But, like, it wasn't Eurovision.
No.
It was just Guy Sebastian doing it.
Anyone can sing the
Song,
shit out of their song, but can they do it on a 5-meter high dress platform with someone thrashing behind them who scares the shit out of that one because they touch her arm?
Yeah.
Unless he touched his arm and then like swung past her and was like, hey,
You're doing really well.
maybe they were reminding her of the lyrics. It's zero gravity.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to edit that bit.
Watch the video and you'll understand that. Yeah.
Because the one last year, wasn't that boy last year? Because hasn't in the recent years, hasn't it been like whoever won X Factor basically was our Eurovision person?
No, didn't Demi Im go last year?
Yeah. Oh, was it that year or the year before? Maybe I didn't watch it last year. There was the one where it was the boy with like the long hair, the like good-looking boy who had just like long hair, and he was like, I don't know.
For Australia.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was like 19 or something. And I think he won one of those shows. And his performance from my memory was like kind of him moving around some screens, and he wore like a blazer or something. But I was like, hey, buddy, this is boring.
I think so far they've just selected the person themselves. This is the first year that they've opened it up to the public because it looks like we're actually going to be doing Eurovision on an ongoing basis. Definitely now.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't been kicked out, so...
No. The rest of the EU is having trouble, but we're not.
Yeah.
We were never there. I think it's a better way to do it. We didn't watch it because the issue with Eurovision is that they do the same song every time they perform.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be ruined. Like, now I've seen Kate Miller-Heidke's performance. Obviously, when it gets to the finals and stuff like that, which she'll be in,
This is the thing.
it'll be more interesting.
If you guys want to see this performance, you can go on YouTube, or
Wait.
you can wait and watch it at Eurovision.
But you can listen to the song probably on Spotify or something.
Yeah.
But I would be interested to see... I don't think I listened to Ella Hooper's. I listened to some snippets of Tanya Doka's because she was posting it on Facebook and that. I didn't even realise Mark Vincent was in it until last night.
I didn't even realise Mark Vincent existed until you re-mentioned his name just then, because I don't know who that is.
And like the other people, yeah, I don't know who they are. But it'd be interesting to hear what their songs are, because I would hazard a guess that their songs were not as Eurovision. Like Kate Miller-Heidke has out Eurovision some of the like European states from the last couple of years.
It's very... Yeah, I would encourage everyone to watch it, because it is very Eurovision.
We're going to post it, so you have to watch
I hope that they make it even more Eurovision before Eurovision.
It needs fireworks. It needs the drippy fireworks, the dripping sparkles.
Yeah, it needs something of that nature. Like, it needs kind of pyrotechnics added in. I think that would, like, put it over the top.
Put a disco ball under the dress,
Yep.
and halfway through the song, light the disco ball up and have light shooting out of her dress. That'd be sick.
Yep.
Make the dress a disco ball.
Yep. Maybe she's got a bunch of birds under there,
Oh, now we're talking.
like doves, and they all fly out.
Hell yeah. Make sure the doves are alive. You don't want to have a
If
situation.
anyone wants to contact me to get me part of the Eurovision team, my fee's quite exorbitant, but hear me out. You
Doves.
need me. Yeah.
You need me and my dove expertise. How many doves do we need? More doves. How many? More doves. Just make it happen.
She needs to be uncomfortable about how many doves are below her.
Her singing of the word zero with the staccato needs to be her fear of doves.
If there's not articles that come out immediately after saying that was really cool, but what about the doves?
Yes.
Is it ethical to have that many doves under a dress?
The doves fly out and they take the dress with them.
Yeah.
And underneath the dress it says more doves.
And then it turns out she's been a dove thrasher all along.
Yeah, Kate Miller-Heidke drops from the thing at the end of the song and doves fly out.
Yeah.
Doves would make that performance. That performance is one of those ones where you're like, yes, this performance does need doves.
Yeah.
Can you train the doves to fly in slow motion?
I think so.
Because otherwise there's no point in having them.
Doves are pretty talented, so.
You don't want to have a situation though, like in the final of RuPaul from last year, whenever it was, when the butterflies were definitely dead.
I did not watch that one.
It was I can't remember her name right now. It's going to annoy me. But
The only one I remember
it was Asia O'Hara, I believe.
Ah.
And she had live butterflies on her dress or
Ah.
in her hair or something, or in like a bracelet. I forget what it was. But she had all these live butterflies, and obviously it was meant to be one of those sick reveals where it was like, check out all these butterflies. Instead, most of them were dead and they dropped to the floor.
Ah.
And it was, how you say, uncomfortable to
Yeah.
watch.
Don't use live things. Do it.
Unless they're doves.
Sasha. That was
Oh yeah, rose petals.
one of the best
Kate Miller-Heidke could take off her crown and there'd be rose petals under it.
fucking lip syncing reveals in RuPaul
Why don't
history.
Eurovision should be taking notes from RuPaul?
Yeah.
Because the way that those queens get across the stage, outfit changes,
Yep.
hair changes, rose petals under wigs.
That shit
all
was
happening.
incredible.
All-
Sometimes I still watch it just because I was like, fuck, this is good.
All she did, and I'm not taking away from it, I'm just saying how simple it was and how damn effective it was.
Yeah.
All Sasha Velour did was wear gloves and a wig, and throughout her song,
Took them off.
she took off gloves that had rose petals fall out,
Yeah.
each glove, and then at the height of the song, with her hands shaking, she like slowly lifted her wig, and rose petals fell down her bald head, and it was the best thing to ever happen.
But it was fucking brilliant.
and
Like,
no one's topped that since.
just one of the best pieces of staging I've ever seen in my life. Like, so good.
Now I want to watch that again. The closest anyone's got to beating that was, I think, the first time we saw a wig reveal, because that was pretty impressive to see someone go from one wig to another wig.
Oh, when they have a wig under a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Roxy Andrews was the first one to do it. Anyway, that's RuPaul. That's a different situation altogether. But, Courtney Act was also in the running for
Yeah.
Eurovision. I'm quite surprised that she didn't get through. I saw a bit of her song, but I just thought because of her status at the moment, her icon status, the career she's had, I thought she would kind of be an automatic in. Not to
Yeah.
detract from any of her talents that she may have, but I thought she'd be an automatic in. But Kate Miller-Heidke, deserving winner. I'm proud. And now I will make sure I know who she is.
Yes.
And now you know who she is.
We all know.
And we've picked up 1,000 more listeners because everyone's like, Kate Miller-Heidke, that's a relevant topic in the news.
Or use the right hashtags and you get plenty of people listening.
Tim is the head of
Welcome to
marketing.
the show. Welcome to the show.
What have you got there?
A phone.
But what does it contain? I can't see that far.
It's what's that sound?
I don't know, Tim. What is that sound?
It's the Harold Holt watch.
Jesus. That's why you're not allowed to do that part. Because you yell. I also didn't pause long enough. I'll cut it. That was bad of me. Usually I know what's happening.
Yeah. What did you think it was?
Well, I didn't know if it was a dad voice or a Harold Holt. And so I was trying to work out what needed to happen.
We did not
because,
discuss
as
that
I said,
beforehand.
usually I'm the one that doesn't yell the Harold Holt line.
Yeah.
But you have now yelled it.
Yeah. So enjoy that. You get that in your
Smooth
ear
as
holes.
always. Tim, would you like to share what you've got there?
I would absolutely love to share. Dear Tim and Leon, writing a quick one to you tonight. Just watched the Eurovision Decider on SBS. All timely and appropriate.
Relevant.
Don't know if you watched, but did you notice during Tanya Doko's performance, they showed the audience momentarily. They usually do. Anyway, I saw an older guy in the top corner and he was holding a sign that literally said, I am Harold Holt. I only got a glimpse, and I watched hard for the rest of the broadcast to see if I could see him again, but no luck. Looked up a pic of Holt, and I can't be sure, but I reckon there was a good resemblance. Could it be he was there tonight watching over the selection process? It seems right that he would want to ensure we send our best to Eurovision. See if you can see him in the footage, maybe. Cheers, Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
Yeah,
Look, it's hard to go past that kind of evidence of a person holding a sign saying, I'm Harold Holt.
absolutely. In the top corner as well. Which top corner, though, Leonard?
But it could be a throw-off.
It could be.
It could be Harold being like, if they think I'm there, then I'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where the finals were held. I mean, the thing that was on. The
SBS
competition.
Studios, which are in Sydney, I think, somewhere.
Oh, they are. I think I've been there.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to be found at this point.
We've said that before. He is coming more out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Considering we've done this show for nearly 3 years or something now, and we've had Harold Holtz all the time, which are definitely written in by people. Like, he's obviously around.
Yeah. They're definitely from people who exist, so
One day maybe we'll see him.
maybe.
We've never seen him.
Not even once. Sometimes I think I want it too much.
I was going to say, I think we're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Well, after that smooth transition into that Harold Holt watch, I think it's time to call it quits on this episode. Let us know what you'd like to see from Tim and I in our Eurovision performance. We're representing Antarctica this year.
Yes.
First year we're going in. Lots of penguins under our dresses.
Absolutely. They can't fly away,
No.
but they will waddle and fall over on the stage and make you go, how did you fucking survive evolution?
We're going for the cute factor.
Yeah.
Our song is just Tim and I singing the national anthem of Antarctica,
Yes.
not Australia.
Yeah.
They sound similar.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually Summer of '69. That's the national anthem of Antarctica.
And at this opening ceremony of the Antarctic Olympics, we'll now play the
Yeah.
national anthem.
But it'll be a acoustic operatic version.
It's an a cappella
so,
version.
Yeah.
Where the penguins sing all the parts.
A la Happy Feet. Yeah.
And Tim and I are just there to direct them.
It'll be fun.
But so let us know what you want to see from us. I sent out a Patreon survey, got some stuff back. Turns out people like us, which
Oh, that's nice.
I question whether we should start sending out doctor recommendations for those people. And people want Q and A's with us.
Oh, so we have to answer the questions that they would be asking.
Can we do one episode of Q's
We just read out questions.
and then the next episode of A's, but in a different order?
yeah, and answer them. Yeah, with just out of any context at all.
It's the way to get more money out of people is to do a Q and then an A.
Yeah.
People want Q's and A's with us. People want to know about us.
I assure you we're not that interesting, but I mean,
If it's what the
people want
people
it,
want.
we'll give it to them.
People would like a live stream as well, which is going to be very hard to work out to make sure that people in varying countries can come. Obviously, we would film it and be able to put it up later, but
yeah,
it'll be lonely if it's just Tim and I there because we do that all the time.
a live stream.
But for those of you plebs that aren't on Patreon, so, 99% of our listeners that I've just insulted. Yeah.
Thanks for being around. We really love
Yeah.
you as much as we love everyone.
But there's like if you have Q's that need an A, we'll A them, but on Patreon.
Oh, we'll lay them so hard.
But yeah, we'll start working. I think that might be our next one. And the Patreon episode is coming, but I have not been home in the last week. I've been at work all hours, all days.
Things are crazy recently.
They're picking up. It's February already. Time bloody flies. I feel like every year it gets faster and faster. It'll be Christmas before you know
Yeah.
it. It gets bloody hot in Melbourne. Those are things that you hear every day. So that's it. Follow our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at G'day Podcast. We'll definitely cover Eurovision when it gets there. Can't
for
wait.
sure. Why not?
Can't wait. Live feed of Tim and Leon covering Eurovision at the time it's on, which will be like 2 a.m.
I'm not committing to that.
No, thank you. And thanks to Teylor Smirl for our wonderful cover art.
And Curtis Fernance, Fern Tree Music. Curtis, start working on the Eurovision song, buddy.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We'll probably be there, I reckon, give us 2.5 years.
2.5 would be good.
Yeah.
Curtis would smash out a Eurovision song.
Yeah.
He'd write one that would go down in the books. He'd write one that they'd be like, ABBA, watch out.
Yeah.
Because here's Curtis Fernance.
Oh, I just bumped my
Smacked.
microphone. Sorry
Obviously, we
about
need 2.5 years to learn microphone technique before we go
that. Tried
to
to
Eurovision.
scratch my chin. Yeah, cheers for that. And cheers for the introduction, and Harold Holt music.
Yes, our seamless Harold Holt this week. Remember that time that Laura asked if we just use a pre-recording all the time? We obviously don't, because look at what happened this time.
This is quite clearly.
I think that's it. As always, g'day Tim.
Yeah, g'day Leon.
Yeah, g'day everyone.
Yeah, g'day everyone. Catch us on the flippity flop.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.